Hello, I'm Matthew White and thank you for tuning in to another video on my Facebook page. Today I want to speak to you about EICRs. Now I've already posted a video on EICRs a couple of months ago now, but there's still confusion from landlords, from tenants, from agents over the requirements of the electrical safety regs. It's complex in part, there's ambiguity in part also. And I saw an inquiry recently from a fellow agent who is a member of a Facebook group that I'm also a member of, a guy called Jason Davis. Hello, Jason, if you're watching this. And I noticed that in your inquiry that you made on that group, that you'd been advised by your local council that you can move a tenant into a property and then you have 6 weeks to provide them with a copy of the EICR. Now, I haven't seen anything that relates to that advice in any of the legislation that relates to the electrical safety regs. So I think your council perhaps is wrong. Well, I'm pretty sure that they're wrong actually. And maybe you should re-inquire with them to see if there was perhaps a misunderstanding. However, let's put the record straight today. So EICRs, you need an EICR before you can move a brand new tenant into a property. So from the 1st of July 2020, all new tenancies need to have an electrical installation condition report to be compliant with the electrical safety regs. Now, a new tenancy is also a renewed tenancy, and that's different to a continuation, which is another piece of complexity that I have covered in other videos, and I'm sure I will cover again. But a statutory periodic tenancy is considered a new tenancy, as is a renewal of an existing tenancy. If the term in your tenancy agreement states that your tenancy will continue with no other fixed term, but as a continuation under a contractual periodic tenancy, then strictly speaking, that's not deemed a new tenancy and an EICR is not required at that point if it's a contractual periodic tenancy, and that will be written into your tenancy agreement. So you need to check the terms of your tenancy agreement regarding the continuation of a tenancy as a contractual periodic. Going back to EICR, so from the 1st of July, all new tenancies and renewed tenancies need to be supported with an EICR. Now, in order to move that tenant in, you do not need to have a pass, with the exception of if the deficiency is categorised as a C1, which means there's danger and hazard to the occupants that are intended to be in the property. At that point, if you've got a C1 classified deficiency, you cannot move your tenant into the property. But any other category, yes, you can. You've effectively got a failed EICR, which isn't good in itself, but the categorisation isn't a C1 and you're permitted to let the tenant move in. But you have to remedy the deficiencies within 28 days of that report being completed. Further, once you've completed those works, you have to send a copy of the EICR, confirmation that the works have been completed to remedy those deficiencies, and you have to send that information to your local housing authority within 28 days. If the council asks you for a copy of a EICR, you have to give it to them in 7 days. So let's recap on that. You cannot move a tenant into a property if you've got a C1 classified deficiency on an EICR. Any other classification, yes, you can. You've got 28 days to remedy the works that need to be done in order to make that EICR compliant, and that you then have 28 days to send that completed EICR with a confirmation of the completed works by the competent person to your local housing authority. So I hope that helps clear up some misunderstandings, some confusion, some ambiguity over EICRs. If you have any other queries at all and you want any answers to inquiries relating to EICRs or any other piece of legislation for that matter relating to residential letting and residential letting management and property management, then please put a message on my Facebook page or put a comment in the box below and I'll respond accordingly to the people that have watched this video and are looking at the comments. So thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you found this useful. Jason, if you want to engage with me, personal message me through Facebook. I'm Matthew White. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Goodbye for now.